Hello, friends. Yours truly, Hero. It is currently 12:02 a.m. and today was a Saturday. And I was supposed to go to the Air Museum, but I got up at like 9, and I just kind of decided that I wasn't gonna go, and I just slept in until about 11. I don't know what it was, but I was fucking tired, and I just didn't want to get up. I was just feeling very lazy and sloppy, and just kind of, not good about myself in the morning. I ate 2 cookies in the morning, and I was watching YouTube in bed. That is not a very good thing at all, but, I don't know. I just decided not to go, and that was that. But yeah, the whole YouTube thing kind of carried on until the afternoon. I found this cool YouTuber. I don't really remember what his name is, but he makes like analysis on certain like artists, rappers and music artists and other artists who, like, I watched the video on Keith Haring. And also he makes like basketball videos too, so a lot of things that interest me, and he's very insightful and says some really important and good things. So I decided to subscribe to him. I rarely subscribe to anybody, by the way, guys. But yeah, I just kind of felt like a slob. And yeah, I just kind of snapped out of it. My mom wanted me to clean the toilet, so I cleaned the toilet. I made my whole to-do list, and I started crossing a whole bunch of stuff off. I tried to log my hours for my community service on Aries, and that just didn't really go well. But it was really interesting. I don't really remember what keys I pressed, but JavaScript just popped up for Aries, and I just started messing around with it. It was actually kind of cool just to see, like, all the, I don't even know what that stuff's called, like the typing, all the complicated stuff, but I messed around with it, and I changed some font sizes and stuff, even though, it's just the basics, but it was cool. But that whole logging hours thing was really frustrating. I wrote Stop me email about it, but and although it didn't affect me that much today, I actually had a dream last night, basically about the same thing I had a dream the other night, but it was just like cute dogs that were dead or dying instead of humans, which is really fucking sucks, but it didn't really get to me today. I hope it just gets like better, and it's like, it was cute dogs today, last night, so tonight's gonna be like beetles or like ants or something, I don't know. And then by the end of like tomorrow morning or 2 days from now, I'll just be like, I don't know. I just hate these bad dreams. I don't know where they came from. And it's not even like I'm stressing over anything that much anymore. But it might mean I'm not very happy deep down. I have no idea what it means, honestly, because I do feel, I don't know, I definitely don't feel extremely happy, but I'm pretty happy, I'd say. So I don't really know what it is. It kind of bothers me, but man, I don't know. Life is so interesting, and the mind is so complex. So yeah. But last night I was looking on Sonoma Jet Center, and they actually have a job opening, and it's very much looking like I'm not going to Japan this year, so I do kind of have to find a job, even though I do have 2 jobs right now, technically. But working at the airport, I think that'd be pretty cool. Just working customer service, obviously, is not the funnest, but being at the airport's good, and I think I'll be able to make some good connections with pilots and people in the industry if I work there. But the other thing is, Horizon is also looking for a ramp agent, and that pays much less. But the perks are that you can do unlimited standby on Horizon Alaska, which basically means I get to fly anywhere for free anytime I'm off. But both seem pretty big as a commitment, and they want a high school diploma and some sort of customer service experience, which I do have. But they both say like 1 year or 3 years, so I only have like 4 months. And I just barely am graduating high school, so I don't know if that's enough, but maybe I will apply. But that shit's just kind of interesting. That does make me kind of excited for that. But yeah. And I went on a run. I went 2.5 miles. Took me a really long time to do the 2.5 miles, but we won't talk about that. I just thought about a lot of things like baseball and, my life. I was listening to J. Cole's new off-season album, which I'm not very impressed by, honestly. I need to really look at the lyrics to, make a proper assessment, but just hearing it, I'm not very impressed by it. There are some good songs in there, but they're not like his best, I'd say, or anybody's best. But yeah, and I did some Tabatas workouts too. I did the abs. So my abs are feeling pretty tight, but yeah. And then I took a shower, and just been kind of doing things to help myself out, staying on task. And then my dad is kind of feeling ill recently, or his throat's hurting, and so he's kind of in a bad mood, and we exchanged some words yesterday that he didn't feel very good about, so he was kind of in a bad mood. I had no idea. My mom told me, and that kind of put me in a bad mood too, just because I didn't know he felt like that. So that kind of changed the way I felt a lot, and I decided to go on Netflix, and I watched the movie Yes Man, which is like actually a very interesting movie. Every time I watch something on Netflix recently, I feel like I make a pretty good pick, and I like learn something, or there's some value in it that I wouldn't usually get from other movies. And I guess this one doesn't have that much value, but it's basically about a guy who has a boring life and doesn't do anything, and then he goes to a seminar and he learns to say yes to everything, which makes his life a lot more interesting and fun. And obviously that's entertaining, and that's a great idea, whoever thought about that, like whoever wrote the whole movie. But it's a very interesting concept to like just not say no ever, and to always do, but like the message was like, oh, you're not supposed to say yes to everything. Like, you can say no, but it's smart to say yes to a lot of things, which is actually a pretty good message. And I just kind of thought about that, and it resonated with me. So and I had dinner with the family, 3 of us, and it was a pretty good dinner. My mom made a fire quiche and some good potatoes, so that was fun. And I just came upstairs and had a tiny bit of ice cream and watched an episode of Columbo, which I very much enjoy, just because it moves my brain, and there's a certain amount of nostalgia in it, just because it's like 1980s, LA, 1970s LA. So I always love watching a little bit of Columbo every once in a while, and I think it was appropriate. But I've been editing ever since. But yeah, that's basically my day. The whole Yes Man thing got me thinking about a lot of things. But yeah, I feel accomplished, but at the same time, I could have done much more with my day. And I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't go to the museum today, but I will go tomorrow. I promised myself that. So